Alrighty, so we're going to move into the dermis. All right, so the dermis sits directly below the epidermis, and there's actually two sections within the dermis. Okay, there's a papillary, so meaning like capillaries, so blood network, and then there's our reticular. So think of that strength and structural integrity. Okay, so our dermis, it's going to pop over here. Okay, so the first one is that blood connection that connects us into the bottom of the epidermis. So your dermis actually starts with this one, the papillary. So Papillary. So just think of your blood network that feeds into the bottom of the epidermis, which feeds into the stratum basale. Okay, so really important. Obviously, it gives our body all our oxygen and our nutrients and allows our cells to turn over. All right. So the way this also works is obviously it takes a process to get from the stratum basale to the stratum corneum. Okay. So with this, if you are in a young, so I'm going to say between say a newborn and say 20, okay, you're going to take around about 14 days, okay, for your cells to turn over. Actually, let's adjust that. It's definitely going to be a lot less. So between when you're a child, before you're a teenager, okay, it'll take about 14 days for it to get from here to go all the way up to the top. Now, the older we get, the more junk we put into our body, the more drugs, alcohol, lack of water, poor nutrition, bad products, anything like that we do, any damage that we do to our skin internally will basically slow down that process. So the older we get, the longer it takes for those cells to turn over. Okay. So with our dermis, we have our papillary. So that's where the blood comes from. Now you've got to think of everything you eat, then gets broken down. Any of those nutrients go into your blood, which feeds your skin. It's like feeding a plant. Okay, so it's obviously giving it water. You need to look after it as well. So you have your papillary. The other one you have is our reticular dermis. Okay, so reticular. Now, this one's really important because it has all our structural integrity in it. All right. So, our collagen, our elastin, and our water, our hyaluronic acid or our GAGs, our glycosaminoglycans. Okay. So, your collagen, okay, I'm just going to draw it very simply. I like to think of my collagen as a trampoline. Okay, so a nice structural integrity that is going to be nice and tight. Okay, so you've just got a brand new trampoline. It's nice and tight. You've got to really jump really hard, use your leg muscles to actually get any bounce out of it, but it's going to hold your skin nice and tight. Okay, so that's your collagen. So this one is your collagen. Okay, the other one we have is our elastin. Okay, so the elastin is like an elastic band. Okay, elastin gives our skin that ability to bounce back. So if you do the little pinch test, okay, it is where we start to get the fine crepey lines. Okay, so collagen is your structure. Okay, the fine crepey lines is more your elastin breakdown. All right, and the last one is our water. Okay, also known as our gags. I'm just going to draw a little water. And your GAGs means glycosaminoglycans. Okay, so what it does is all three of these make up a part of your dermis. Okay, we have nerves and we have other things going on. We're just talking about the basic fundamentals of our dermis. All three of these put together become our extracellular matrix. So your ECM. Okay, so your extracellular matrix. Okay, so that builds up that. Now, as we obviously get older, our collagen starts to diminish and it starts to deplete on its own, and generally 1% a year. Okay, so that's without having any external environments or any harsh actives or anything else that's going to be aging you prematurely. So that's purely just, you don't get much choice, it's just going to naturally diminish. Okay, Your elastin will obviously start to give you those fine crepey lines, okay? And then our gags. So if you're dehydrated, think of your gags like a kitchen sponge or like a car wash chamois, okay? You want it nice and full of water, nice, high, thick sponge, okay? You don't want it to be like the dirty old dishcloth, like the Chuck's cloth that's got no life in it, no water, and doesn't give you any resilience and also any ability to maintain all those structures within your skin, okay? Because it's like a gel-like substance where it's going to, again, hold everything in place, very similar to the cytoplasm inside your cells, okay? So that, in a very small nutshell, is the dermis. So we're on to our next one.